You climbed to junior developer. The view was code reviews and Stack Overflow tabs. They said senior would be different. It wasn't, just more tabs. Senior came with a title bump. The work looked identical. Debug, deploy, repeat. You asked when it gets better. They said lead. Lead has influence. Lead developer arrived 3 years later. You got invited to more meetings. You debugged less code. You debugged more people. The problems got softer. The solutions got vaguer. You asked when you'd feel like you'd arrived. They pointed up. Principal is where the real impact lives. Principal engineer sounded like the top. It wasn't. You discovered staff. You discovered distinguished. You discovered titles that required a flowchart to understand. The ladder kept going. The view never changed. Every rung promised clarity. Junior, learn the systems. Senior, master the systems. Lead, guide the systems. Principal, architect the systems. Each level delivered the same thing. More responsibility, same exhaustion, different meetings. You started tracking it. Junior you, 12-hour days building features. Senior you, 12-hour days reviewing features. Lead you, 12-hour days justifying features. Principal you, 12-hour days wondering why features matter. The hours stayed constant. The meaning evaporated. They called it career progression. Progression implies movement. You were moving, vertically on paper, horizontally in reality. Every promotion reset the learning curve. Every reset brought the same problems wearing different vocabularies. Technical debt became organizational debt, became strategic debt. The word changed. The weight didn't. Your salary doubled, then tripled. The satisfaction didn't scale. Junior, you coded until 2 a.m. because the problem was interesting. Principal, you answered Slack messages until 2 a.m. because 20 people needed unblocking. The insomnia persisted. The purpose didn't. You thought principal meant arrival. It meant visibility. Leadership could see you now. They had opinions about your roadmap, your architecture, your hiring plan, your strategy deck. You'd climbed high enough to be seen. You'd climbed high enough to be questioned. Constantly. The promotion to senior staff came with a revelation. The ladder doesn't end. It fragments. Individual contributor track, management track, hybrid track. Each fork promised the answer you were seeking. Each fork was another ladder, going up, going nowhere. You tried management, led a team of 8, 12, 20. The problems multiplied with headcount. Junior developers needed mentoring. Senior developers needed challenging. Lead developers needed space. Everyone needed something. You gave everything. The ladder kept going. Your energy didn't. You switched back to IC. Individual contributor sounded like freedom. It meant deeper technical work, bigger architectural decisions, more ownership. Every production issue, every impossible deadline, every system that couldn't possibly fail but did. You owned it. You owned all of it. They introduced a new level. Principal engineer wasn't enough anymore. They created distinguished, then fellow, then titles that sounded like academic appointments. Each one required a longer document justifying your impact. Each one required peer review from people at the same level. There weren't many people at the same level. They were too busy climbing. You reached a rung where you couldn't see the next one. The ladder kept going. You could feel it. The company had distinguished engineers. They had a fellow, somewhere. You'd never met them. They were optimizing things too abstract for titles. Organizational excellence, engineering culture, technical vision, concepts that couldn't be debugged or deployed, only influenced, gradually, across years. You started mentoring a junior developer, eager, hungry, asked you how long until they make senior. You remembered asking the same question. You didn't remember your answer. You told them 3 years, maybe 4. They asked what senior feels like. You said it feels like junior with more meetings. They laughed. You didn't. The ladder promised a view. Every rung promised the view would be different. It wasn't a lie. The view changed, slightly. Junior, you saw code. Senior, you saw systems. Lead, you saw teams. Principal, you saw organizations. Distinguished, you would see industries. Maybe. If you kept climbing, the view kept expanding, the satisfaction kept shrinking, wider scope, thinner impact. You influenced more, you touched less, you strategized the work instead of doing the work. Then you strategized the strategy. Then you attended meetings about whether the strategy needed strategizing. Your performance review was glowing, exceeds expectations, outsized impact, clear trajectory toward distinguished. Your manager asked about your goals. You said you wanted to code again. They nodded. They said that's what Principal Plus is for. You'd never heard of Principal Plus. It was new, another rung, another promise, another year. The junior developer you're mentoring got promoted. Senior developer now, 3 years. Just like you said, they asked when it gets better. You opened your mouth, nothing came out. You'd climbed 12 years, 6 titles, 3 job changes. The question was the same. Your answer disappeared somewhere between lead and principal. Researchers studied it. They called it the infinite ladder effect, the career progression system that promises arrival but delivers perpetual climbing. Each rung validates the last sacrifice. Each sacrifice enables the next rung. The ladder goes up. The climber stays exactly where they started, wanting to feel like they've gotten somewhere, wondering when somewhere arrives. You're still climbing. The ladder's still going. You still can't see the top. You stopped looking. You're looking down now. At the junior developers starting their ascent, you want to tell them something. You're not sure what. The view is different up here. It's also exactly the same. They'll understand in 12 years. 6 titles. 3 job changes. They'll understand the ladder doesn't end. It just gets harder to see, harder to climb, harder to remember why you started climbing.